Welcome back to Mark and Nick's Excellent Film Podcast. I'm Mark.
And I'm Nicholas.
And today we continue watching some Sidney Lumet films. We decided to go back to our Bond roots. And we watched a film with good old Sean Connery from 1965, the same year he did Thunderball. And it's The Hill, which I talked about extensively during my arguments that Sean Connery is a good enough actor to have done On Her Majesty's Secret Service, which Nick vehemently denied.
Yeah. Well, he shows a lot of emotion in this. This is great.
Yeah, I'm hot take. Oh. I think this is better than 12 Angry Men.
I think 12 Angry Men was better, but this ending's really good. They fit in the same space for me. Like, I definitely think it's okay to compare them and stuff.
Oh, yeah. But, I mean, it's also like the same filmmaker.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even know it was him, too.
Yeah, that's why we watched it.
I thought we just watched it because you wanted to watch The Hill.
Oh, no. Yeah, no, it's Sidney Lumet, the guy who made 12 Angry Men.
Wow, Is this immediately following 12 Angry Men?
No.
Okay.
This is a few years late. So
this is a much bigger budget.
1957, and this is 1965.
Oh, okay.
So he had made a few films in between so far. Off the top of my head, he made a film called The Fugitive Kind with Marlon Brando, which is a good movie. Not a movie you want to watch twice, though.
Yeah.
This is like the first one, in my opinion. No. There's also a movie called The Pawnbroker that he made before this, which is like an excellent movie. It's about like this Holocaust survivor living in like New York in the 60s, and like he works at a pawn shop and he's gonna get PTSD. Very good movie.
That's cool.
But anyway, that has nothing to do with The Hill, other than it's made by Sidney Lumet.
Besides all these things that are in common with it.
Yeah, it's also in black and white in the 60s, and Sidney Lumet, and stars really good actors. We went back to the reason why we watched it. Obviously, was like I said, Sean Connery. Okay. Had to see my boy. Missed that hairy chest. We got a lot of it.
Yeah.
Got a lot of the hairy chest.
A lot of hairy chests in this. Not even just him.
We also got a lot of sweat.
Yes.
Which is something that Nick fawns over in films. If a man is sweating, Nick is all about it.
Do you know if this was on location?
It seems like it was on location.
I think it was definitely in desert for some of it.
Exteriors is definitely on location. I don't know about the interiors. The interiors could easily just be shot in London.
Because the desert stuff all looks great, and there's a really great scene where all the prisoners are at attention, and it's just super slow, and it like pans across a couple people, and they're all just drenched, standing still, flies on face.
Yeah. Sean Connery is also not the only Bondian connection that we have in this film. We also have Roy Kinnear. He plays Sergeant Bartlett?
Yep, he's Bartlett.
And he is the father of Rory Kinnear, who played Bill Tanner in Skyfall, Spectre, and No Time to Die. He also did Quantum of Solace. Forgot he was there, but he was. And he was great. And his father is great.
Yeah, his father is super good. I could see it at some points that it was him.
Yeah.
Like the relationship, that is.
It was funny because when we first started watching the movie, I told Nick that, and he was like, holy shit, they do look alike. That's so fucked up. And I was like, yeah, because they're actually related. And you're like, oh, wait, not fucking with me?
Yeah. I was like, oh, good one, Mark.
And I was like, because they're both fat, isn't it? I'm like, no, Nick, I was being genuine.
Yeah, he went, King's Quarrel.
Yeah, I did not say that.
You didn't.
Fuck.
King's great in this. There's a lot of, what's like the criticism of racism? A lot of anti-racist stuff in here. It's good. They paint racism in a bad light.
Yeah. As most films do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, let's watch the fucking Birth of the fucking Nation or something. No.
I mean, I would say that, movies.
I guess Taxi Driver doesn't.
Yeah,
well it does because Travis is the bad guy.
Yeah, you're supposed to not like everything that happens in that. I mean, more like like blackface and yellowface stuff. And
like a James Bond film.
Yes. I was like, hey, this is like criticizing people who are racist. This is nice.
Yeah. This is criticizing Dr. No and You Only Live Twice.
They're on the right side of history.
Mm-hmm.
It's great. A lot of hard R's, though. I was like, oh, first one hit. And I was like, damn, nice.
I think it was necessary.
I think it is, too.
Because of how King reacts to it. Because
Mm-hmm.
that's what kind of pushes him over the edge. Because like every time he says it's like a knife, like a dagger in his like in his stomach. He's like, oh, you fucking ass. It's like,
oh, it's so good. It's used correctly.
Oh yeah.
It's just the first one hit, and I was like, oh, they did it, and then it was like, boom, 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 boom.
It's not Pulp Fiction where it's
yeah.
Quentin Tarantino wrote it just so he could say it. It's just like that storage. It's like you didn't really need to say it that way.
Yeah, exactly. And then in this, it's a prison guard screaming in a prison, and the only black prisoner in his prison, and he they call it out a lot throughout the movie, but then he finally has his racist breakdown as he's losing control of everything in the prison.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
So the film basic plot, we can probably go through that pretty quickly.
Yeah.
It's a military prison, and we got this guy. I don't remember the character's name, but he's played by Harry Andrews. What a fucking king!
RMS or
yeah. And then he has like a staff sergeant Williams and another guy Harris, and they're running this military prison, and they have this thing called the Hill, which they basically make you run up and down it constantly while holding your gear.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also hot as fuck because they're in the desert.
Yeah.
And like they also kind of starve and dehydrate their prisoners just to break them.
Yeah.
And they do that, and like people will have to run up and down the hill for 30 minutes straight at a time. Okay, at some points.
Mm-hmm. And if you pass out, they just throw water on you.
And then you have to get up and do it again, keep doing it. And so where we get in where we have a new team or a new group of prisoners coming in, which is Sean Connery,
fresh blood.
Yeah, he was playing Joe Roberts. We have another guy named McGrath, Steve, and then another guy named Stevens, another guy named King, and Bartlett. And we have this really cool one shot where the RSM walks back and forth, not in order, asking them what they did and kind of like negging them a bit.
Yeah.
And it really sets the tone. Initially, though, I felt it was kind of like a little bit like even I felt it. I was like, oh, did I misremember this movie being really good? Because it's kind of boring as shit.
Oh, it starts real slow.
Yeah.
Because, but I mean, I think it does a lot of character development.
Yeah, it's necessary.
I think it could have been a little faster, but
yeah,
I was fine with it.
I think the problem is that they do the like the military police people first, where because
I could see that
the heart of the movie is the soldier or is like the prisoners. So I feel like if we just have like a scene before we go into the RSM stuff of like them on like the car or the Jeep, like discussing things, and like you kind of get like a one line for each person's personality, where McGrath is just like fuck authority, and King's just like where are we going, or Steven's like where are we going, and everyone's like shut up.
Yeah. Or he's like reading the letters or something.
Yeah, like this little things, but
no, that's a good point. I like what they did with it, but I think I might have liked that better. But I still like the interrogation type. Like, oh, what's this? Oh, you got porno? Not anymore.
Yeah.
And Stevens gets the letters from his wife confiscated, and but then the RMS gives them back. I was like, oh, I like that little like it's just also, even though it's a prison camp, it's not POWs, it's not the enemies or anything. It's people who are being court-martialed and we're told to go to soldier prison. So it's all British people.
Yeah. And so they pick apart. They all know that Connery is gonna be the troublemaker, because he's right out of the gate. He's Connery.
Yeah, he's just sitting there quietly, and they're like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, this fucking guy. Yeah.
And then they know beforehand. They know what everybody was charged with too, and he hit a commanding officer. And
knocked his teeth out.
Yeah.
With that, they also they're going to like. So basically, the plot is like they're all immediately put up the hill, and then they take special interest in Stevens. For some reason, Stevens doesn't really do anything, but because he's the weak one.
Yeah, and I think that was his downfall. Is he just wanted to get out of there.
Yeah, Stevens is in there because he tried to run away from the army to go be home with his wife because he missed her. McGrath is in there for like fighting.
Yeah, he like beat up 3 people.
Yeah,
and then King
drank 3 bottles of whiskey.
Yeah, there's a great line where because his write-up says he stole 3 bottles, and just like in passing conversation, he's like, "You drunkard, you stole 3 bottles." He's like, "I drank those bottles."
Yeah. And then I don't remember what Bartlett's in there for.
So he is just trying to not be in the army. So he keeps breaking the rules to have to go to prison, and he's been there for 9 years and never been on the front line. Because I don't know how many years he's been there. He's been in and out of prison 9 times.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't want to see actual fighting.
Yeah.
Because he is a short, heavy man.
Yes.
Can't climb rope.
Yes, he is fat.
He has the rope breakdown.
So they take special,
They pick their targets.
They pick their target, and they break Stevens to the point where they overwork Stevens to the point of he dies.
He has a mental breakdown, and then
they continue working him hard.
Yeah,
and then he dies in his cell with the boys, and Connery is like, well, that's enough's enough.
Yeah.
Before this happens, Stevens becomes friends with Sergeant Harris. Who is definitely coded as gay.
Coded, yeah. He sucks the end of his baton a little bit.
Well, because he also mentions he's like, we had a queer.
Oh yeah.
And he's like starts to talk about how like they dance better than belly dancers and stuff, and and he keeps getting close with Stevens and stuff. Like it's definitely coded.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But it's not like one of those like 1950s 40s ones where they're evil. Blah blah blah. Like Harris is the good guy.
I love that too, because Stevens is married and not gay.
Yeah.
Unless it's like a little closeted situation.
Yeah.
But
he's British.
Yeah. He's open. It's with the flow.
Yeah.
And it's like I love those interactions. He's like, Harris, I'm married. Please stop.
Yeah. So when Stevens dies, Harris takes it and then Harris took it personally.
Yeah.
And he starts talking with Roberts, and because Roberts is like, Williams the fucker killed that guy. And everyone's like, what the fuck, Williams? And like, but the RSM and Williams are just both like, no, we run this place. Fuck you.
Yeah.
So the main plot is these guys are trying to get revenge on like the authority figures.
Yeah. They're trying to overthrow the patriarchy.
Yeah.
It's something like it's cool to see both sides too.
Yeah.
And towards the end, we get someone who's in the middle and is getting pulled back and forth on what he should do.
Yeah. The military, the doctor.
Yeah. The medical officer.
Yeah. And they try blackmailing him at one point, like the military people, and then but Connery's just like, dude, like I got your back, and so does King, and so does McGrath. Like we got your back, bro. And he ends up going through with it, but then everything gets fucked up in the end. Dude, this movie's fantastic. Like
it's super good.
And it has like one of those like dark endings, like where it's just like it ends.
God damn it!
Yeah. Like, it almost has a happy ending, but not quite. This is not The Great Escape.
It's so
Great
good.
Escape ends with them getting away, right?
I haven't seen it.
No, it
sure.
doesn't.
Okay.
I think they all get caught.
This is the second movie tonight that I've gone, yeah, I'm interested in that. And Mark goes, this is the ending.
What's the other one?
I forget. It was earlier. Was it one of his movies? It was a movie that you were like, it's... what was it?
Was it Liar Liar? So I was talking about that earlier.
Might have been.
Jim Carrey, Liar. thing? I don't know.
No, it might have been one of Jim Carrey's movies, and you were like, "This is the end." I was like, "Okay." I forget. I know I said it in the moment too. I was like, "Mark." I said, "Well, guess I don't need to see it."
I don't know. Just because you know the ending doesn't mean you can't see it. You sat through fucking 20 Bond movies and you knew how it was gonna end.
I didn't know how most of those ended. Oh, are you saying it's all one universe now? Can we get him quoted as saying that No Time to Die is the ending of all the Bond movies?
No, I'm not saying No Time to Die's ending one. I'm saying like every Bond movie's ending ends pretty much the exact same way. Bond is on top of a woman kissing her because he saved the day.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, whatever. Fuck you,
Casino, we didn't.
Shut up.
That's why it's so good.
No, it's not. Anyway, this isn't Bond. So, what's some aspects that you liked, Nick, and what stuff you didn't like?
All the acting was great. I think they used the 2 hours really well. It is slow in the beginning, but I think once Act 2 is like halfway through, it just cruises. But I think that's good because the part one, you kind of want to. I think if it went faster, I wouldn't have connected with them being in prison as much, because there are points where they're bored or they're just running up and down a hill for the 8th time, and they show you it in a very long single shot, like 3 minutes of them running up and down a hill. And I think it actually like builds into the like, oh wow, yeah, that would drive me crazy. All the acting's great, but the officers for the first probably until like the riot, I literally could not tell the difference between the RMS Harris and Williams. Like especially Williams and Harris, when they would just run in a room. They got their hat down. And
I always knew it was Harris because Harris had his hat covering his eyes. And he also had tiny lips. And Harris had like these big like lips.
Ooh.
And you could always see his eyes.
That makes sense. Once it clicked, I didn't confuse them anymore. But I was always like, is this one character? I was like, I feel like this is 2 people.
Yeah.
And then there's a conversation they have, the 3 of them, that I was like, oh hey. Because like the scenes where he like Williams is a drinker and it shows him drinking a ton, I was like, I don't know which character this is. I was like, who is this?
Yeah. I liked the distinction that they would show between like the men having fun in their cell and then like the RSM like showering and like being really happy and laughing to himself, and then she used to see Williams as like dead inside.
Yeah.
It's like showing how much this job has like destroyed him as a human being.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it even shows like I think the cuts are between the guy in charge, the RMS.
Yeah.
And he's like dancing in the shower, and then it cuts to Williams and he's just like staring at the corner.
Yeah.
And just letting it rain on him, and then it doesn't talk about it or anything, it just goes on.
Yeah.
Like that was cool.
Yeah.
The bean can showers.
The cinematography in this is excellent.
Yeah, a lot of shaky cam.
A lot of
shaky. It was
shaky.
great because
it makes you feel like you're one of the soldiers.
Yeah, it's great. Especially there's a scene that has a ton of shaking when they're getting their chow, and it's from running from where they're serving the food to where they eat it. They have to run holding the containers out in front of them, and it's spilling everywhere. Like at least a quarter of everything falls out of it, and you're shaking along with it, and it's like Barrett trying to do it too.
Yeah.
Looks great.
Bartlett,
yeah. Do I keep saying Bartlett?
I think it's Bartlett.
Okay.
It's not. You said Barrett the last time,
okay,
so
okay.
It's not Barrett.
Yeah.
Yeah, the cinematography is excellent. The acting, I think, like I said, I think this is a better acted film too than 12 Angry Men.
Oh yeah, I think it's definitely better acted. This is a great movie. I don't know what it is about. I think it's because
it's got the daddy issues.
I think it's the like better. I feel like I felt stuff throughout the whole way. And I was like, it was like a journey where this, I Or maybe I can relate more to the 12 Angry Men thing.
Because it's American.
Yeah, and
it's also not like a military prison. It's just
12 I
dudes.
could have been in that room.
Yeah.
Like this, I don't ever expect to be
in a military prison.
Yeah. And that's what we were talking about too, like if either of us would survive anything in prison.
No.
I was like, I would be so dead.
No.
Unless everybody leaves me alone and I can just be that like weird quiet dude that nobody talks to.
You're the guy who just runs the library in Shawshank Redemption.
Oh my god, I would fucking love that.
Yeah.
But
you heard it here, folks. Nick wants to be in prison. So if you got any dirt on him, call the police.
What was it? Was he have a pigeon or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or no, he has something else.
Is it a rat?
No.
He has some pet that's
Green
kills.
Mile.
Oh, is it really?
That's Green Mile.
That's the second time it came up.
Bojangles, remember?
I have to. Oh, that's the one? That's what you spoiled for me.
What?
You were like, oh no, he's.
I think that
okay.
happens. I don't remember the Green Mile. I just remember that Bojangles gets squashed, and that guy gets electrocuted. Not the guy you're thinking of. The other guy who has the rat. He gets electrocuted. They do the thing, but they don't sponge him, so he just fries.
That sucks.
And I also remember that the other prisoner grabs Tom Hanks's dick and he cures him of his like peeing deformity.
Huh.
That's all I remember about
Is
the
he
Mile.
Jesus?
It's probably be interpreted that way.
But yeah, Mark maybe spoiled the ending for me, but we'll find out when I watch it someday.
Yeah.
In 40 years or something, when I end up watching it, I'll be screaming on this podcast. It'll start with me screaming.
Or we'll just watch on the podcast.
That's true. I feel like that's a long boy.
So is The Godfather. We're going to do that at some point.
I mean, that's going to be an outing, though.
It is going to be an outing.
I was telling my brother that we were going to do The Godfather, and he was like, weren't you like complaining about how long Bonding with Bond would take when you'd watch the long ones? He was like, that's like 3 hours, bro. I was like, we got it. We'll do it on a Saturday.
Yeah.
We won't do it on a Monday night.
Yeah. Also, to go back to our Bonding with Bond roots, some of my favorite Connery lines here. There's a part where he's like, do you have any illnesses? And Connery's looking, smoker's cough. And he's like,
first doesn't he say like now or ever?
Yeah. And then they're like, do you have any like venereal diseases or whatever? He's like, nothing I'd brag about.
Yeah.
And they're like, all right, you seem fine. He's like, so you're gonna send me to the stud farm? And it's like classic Sean, baby.
The stud farm got me really good.
Yeah. I don't think I would make it in prison. I'm too skinny and little. I'm a little man.
Yeah.
I would crack. I'd be passed around.
Mark first day would go up to the biggest guy and try to fight him and just get killed.
Yeah. I'd be like, fucking kill me, dude.
And me.
I'll give you fucking 48 cigarettes, bro. Just fucking stab me in the throat.
Oh no.
Throw me out the fucking window, dude.
Just make it quick, man.
Just one step. Quick
jab.
But yeah, what I'm trying to think of things I didn't like about this movie.
There wasn't.
I think it's just like the first scenes I don't like.
Yeah, it's just like it's a little slow. I think all the acting's great. The riot scene I thought was perfect.
Oh yeah, the riot scene's fucking.
The riot. So there's after Stevens dies, the word gets around to the prisoners that Stephen was murdered, and they start chanting "Who killed Stevens?" And there's a whole lockdown situation.
And then the head of the RSM, Harry Andrews, pretty much brings them all down. He's just like, hey, listen to you fuckos.
Hey, guys.
You want me to read the fucking Riot Squad Riot Act? I'll fucking read it, then I'll fucking do it.
It was great. And he was like, if you guys don't stop, I'm going to get all the ringleaders and have them like court-martialed or whatever he says. And they go, who's the ringleaders? And he goes, every fifth guy is going to be a ringleader. He was like, and I'm not kidding. I'll just do that.
Yeah, he's like, are you going to stop me? Because you can't.
And then Connery goes, or can I?
Yeah. Sean being Sean, dude.
Goes, I'm going to end this nonsense.
Connery has one of the highlights of the movie in this, like one of the best scenes in this entire film. Everyone has like their moment. Stevens has his death.
I think
King has his mental breakdown.
Yeah.
Bartlett has that scene where he tries to climb the rope.
I think the rope
and
one. Yeah,
and he's freaking
I'm
out.
fat.
McGrath has when he finally changes sides, changes his heart.
Yeah. Are you talking in the riot scene when he starts chanting, or later on?
Later on.
Yeah, because there's when he first started to like be like, you know what? Yeah, fuck this. There's in the riot, he's just standing there like staring, and then he like slowly starts saying who killed Stevens.
Yeah. McGrath also has this great moment where like, because like him and Connery do not like each other.
Yeah.
Where at the end where Connery's like laying on the bed, he's beaten up, and Connery's making a stand. He goes like, you know what, like we haven't seen eye to eye, but good luck to you, and he just leaves.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you know that he's changed sides, and he's gonna have this guy's back for life now.
So the cellmates at first are against him because he's bringing attention to them, and they don't punish just Sean, they punish everybody in the cell. So they're like, can you stop, please?
Sean's like, no, I can't.
Yeah, so Sean actually killed Stevens.
Sean has Sean's big moment though, which is if Harry Andrews wasn't in this, like he would have stolen the movie. But Harry Andrews is fucking
he does great,
the GOAT in this. So Sean, who's the bad guy?
Williams.
Not Williams tricks Sean. He's like, "Hey, Sean, we can have a one-on-one fight if you want." And Sean's like, "Fuck yeah, let's do it."
He goes, "Oh my god,
let's fucking do it, boys!" And then he gets in there, and there's two other officers, and he's like, "Oh, you fucking asshole!" And they beat the shit out of him. And they sprain his foot.
They might have broken it.
Yeah.
It wasn't. It's not like it's
There's no way he would
backwards
have. There was no way he would have stood on his foot if they broke it.
Yeah, that's a good point. Well, I mean, if you're a prisoner, maybe. If they're like,
he would have collapsed instantly.
It's almost like he was acting.
Oh my god. Anyway, they break his foot, and then the RSM is like, "Stand on your feet, bro." And he's just like, "Dude."
Oh, what?
And he's like, "That's an order." And Sean does it, and he goes outside, and he just starts screaming at him.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah. And then the RSM screams right back at him.
It's so good for both of them. And one of my favorite parts too is all the other prisoners are out doing like marching routines, and they've all stopped and they're staring at him, and he's like, "What? Go back to work. What are you guys doing?"
Yeah.
"I'm just screaming over here."
Yeah. It's really And Sean looks like a mess. He's got like a big black eye.
Yeah.
He's got cuts on his face. He's like his shirt's all ripped up, and he keeps falling down because of the pain.
Yeah, and he's like, "Can you just stand up, bro?"
And he's like, "I'm trying."
Yeah, he goes, "I got one foot."
Yeah. It's so good, and it's like it's one of those things where you always read stories about how Connery hated Bond because he thought he was better than that.
Mm-hmm.
This shows what he meant.
Yeah, I wish they let him be more emotional.
Just give him more to work with in every movie. That's why I'm like saying like On Her Majesty's Secret Service.
Yeah, he probably could have
for
done
him would have been like that's exactly what he wanted.
Yeah,
and then like they didn't give it to him. They waited till he left to give it.
Yeah,
and then he came back, presumably because he saw that movie, and they didn't give it to him.
Yeah,
it's unfortunate.
Yeah, because he is like full range in this movie too. It's great.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he's incredible. He's also more vulnerable than he is in any Bond movie, where he he allows himself to get beaten and spit on and like crawl on the ground in agony, like show real weakness, bleed.
Mm-hmm.
Like Sean gets fucked up.
Yeah, I wish they were as dirty as this movie is with costuming and stuff. Yeah, I wish Bond could get this dirty.
Yeah,
especially it's obviously it's way after Connery, but even like Quantum, like they're also in a desert.
Yeah,
just make them look dirtier. Dude is in a blowing up building in a desert, and then walks out into the desert and looks
with a fucking white suit,
looks like Honey Rider still.
Yeah, or a white t-shirt, like a white button-up shirt that has not even a drop of blood.
Yep.
So Connery's incredible in the film, and but I think, in my opinion, the best actor is Harry Andrews.
I think so too.
The head of the thing with his big ass fucking teeth.
Mm-hmm.
The most British looking dude. And it was funny. We started watching the movie, and Nick was like, so Harry Andrews is a British motherfucker.
It's
right?
yeah.
He is, and Nick's like, I don't know what the fuck is happening.
There were points, and thankfully Mark had the foresight to be like, he is a main character and will be talking a lot. Because him yelling, I was literally like, dude, I got like one word of that. Like, I understand. Because, I mean, a lot of it is like left, right, left, right, left, right. Just like slamming words together that they're saying all the time.
Yeah.
But in the beginning, I was like, and he put subtitles on. I was like half joking. And I was like, oh, yeah, he put them on, thank God.
Well, there was like one point where Nick was like, that's what he said?
There were literally, especially in the beginning, before I like started to understand his accent better too, I was just reading the subtitles and just not hearing it.
Yeah.
I was like, how is he saying these lines?
Yeah. But yeah, this guy is great because this is a guy who's run this shit for like 25 years. And he has definitely been abusing his power for 25 years. And he has now put his back against the wall because this fucking Williams motherfucker went too far. But if like Williams is, pointed out to be like the bad thing, fucking his ass is on the line. His reputation's on the line because it's like, well, why weren't you watching Williams more closely? Why weren't you doing your job?
Yeah, exactly.
So he's just like, and like Williams like thinks like they're buddy, and he's just like, no, if you fuck up again, I'm fucking killing you.
Yeah,
like
he goes, you will be here on the other side of the wall.
Yeah, you will be running up the hill, dude. Like,
that's what he says.
I am not fucking around. Like, the only reason why I'm not doing this is because like right now it looks bad. But if you keep doing this, I'm going to give you exactly what like you've given everyone else.
Yeah, and I don't know if you saw it too. I think it's coming up. There's a scene one of the nights where people are drinking and the head guy is just running up and down the hill. And I was like, I like this. And he's like, I can do it. Everyone here can do it.
Oh, yeah.
It's like it's a really little thing that doesn't really come back up, but I like respect that.
Yeah,
it's like don't make people do things you can't do type thing.
I like the fact that everyone has their flaws and their like the thing about like the guy's an asshole. Harry Andrews is a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
But he backs it up. Like he doesn't. He's not one of those assholes who talks the talk and doesn't walk the walk. This motherfucker walks that fucking walk.
And he's not beating people up in a back room. He's just making them go up and down the hill.
Yeah. He has a thing of just like military supremacy.
Yeah.
And like he's not a jack. Have you seen A Few Good Men?
No.
Okay.
I haven't seen Over the Cuckoo's Nest too.
We gotta watch that.
I was like, while we're talking about prison movies,
we gotta watch that. It's not a prison movie.
Is it not? Oh, it's a mental asylum, right?
Yeah, Jack thinks because Jack's in prison, and he thinks the way to get out of it is to way that'd be easier because he doesn't want to work.
Yeah,
would just pretend he's crazy and then serve the rest of the time at the mental hospital, not knowing that if you're committed. You're committed until they tell you can leave.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
And he doesn't find that out until like months in.
Yeah. Wait, that wasn't in the BuzzFeed article I read about what to do if I go to prison?
Yeah. But yeah, no, I like that. I like that like this guy he talks the talk and like and he can walk the fucking walk.
He's in the prisoners respect him and stuff too. With a riot, they leave.
With that said, this motherfucker's doing it at night.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's a good point. He can't let them see him doing it.
Well, it's not. I know
what you mean.
There isn't a beating sun on him.
Yeah,
there's a cool at night breeze.
Yeah, I mean that might also. He might not be thinking about that.
He's probably not.
Yeah, he might be like, I can do it.
It's one of those things that like you do when you're in a workplace and a manager's like picks the easiest part of your job and then does it and like, see, I can do it. Why are you guys having trouble? It's like,
bro, I'll carry the trash bag.
Yeah. Like they've never done that. Come on, Nick.
Hey, I've carried a trash bag in my day.
You did. Did you? I think I once asked you to do the trash for me. You told me to get fucked.
Probably. Only to you. Anybody else ask, that'd be nice.
Actually, yeah, I'm gonna air out some public grievances right now. Actually,
Yo,
there was one day where I was working. I was by myself. It was a packed day. It was raining outside, so you know, a movie theater is gonna be packed.
I don't know if we've actually said we both worked at the same movie theater.
Yeah, we worked at a movie theater together.
I feel like that must have trickled in somewhere.
Yeah, I think we brought it up. I think we brought it up at the beginning when how we met.
Like half year of podcasting.
Yeah. So we're working at this theater together, and I'm the only person cleaning theaters and having to do all the usher duties because everyone called out.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, the thing is, you have to when the trash is getting full, you have to change it, obviously.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey Nick, I'm busting my ass. I'm sweating my ass off, and I'm cleaning every theater. I'm doing all your stupid fucking checks. Can you, and getting your stupid ice or your stupid fucking stand and bar, can you please do the trash for me? And Nick was like, no. He's like, I can call in some people if you want. And I was like, yeah. And then no one came in until I left at like 6.
Nice.
And I was just like, I fucking hate this guy. That's
weird, because I would normally... Was it the morning getting ice and stuff? Or because I'd normally just get ice.
It was definitely... Yeah, it was the morning. It was like a 12-day... I think it was I opened until 5 or 6.
I wonder what was wrong with me that day. Normally I would take out trash. Maybe it's because it was pouring. And I was like, no.
Yeah. You fucking asshole.
The paid help does that.
Shut up. Anyway...
See, we worked together for years, and that's the only complaint he ever had. Look at that. Great boss.
I can probably
I'm the fucking man, Mark. Just let it be.
He is the man. If you have the opportunity to work for Nick Campbell, I'd highly suggest you work for him.
That is such a small Venn diagram.
Yeah, right? Anyway, back to the hill, guys.
Oh yeah.
Jesus. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, Harry Andrews. Now fucking how cool he is, and how fucking, but he's still doing that stupid manager thing.
Yeah.
He'll do everything that you're doing, but when it's dead and when it's not hard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he's doing it. Just to be that fucking asshole who's like, see, I can do it. And it's like, yeah, you can do it when there's a nice breeze outside and the wind's hitting you. You know, not when that fucking sun's beating down on you. I got flies crawling up my asshole.
Yeah.
That's another thing. You can feel how hot it is in every scene because they're always sweating. They're all covered in bugs. Like
and you can see how excited they are when they let them go to the showers.
Yeah.
He's like, "All right, you're all going to the shower," and they're all like, oh, "What? We've been good boys."
Yeah. I can get wet.
Yeah.
That's not sweat.
I don't care that it's hot water. I just want to do it.
Yeah. Oh no, you know that water's cold as fuck.
How would it be cold?
It's true.
Maybe it might be lukewarm, and they're like, "Oh, this is freezing."
Yeah.
Unless it's like underground or something.
Probably. I can't imagine it being hot.
In one thing with this prison also, it doesn't seem like it's a thrown together prison for the war. It seems like it is a facility that is built to be here.
Oh yeah.
So like
this is something you're getting sent to.
Yeah. This is like a well-established building. It's got age and it's showing.
Yeah, like this has been around for decades.
Mm-hmm.
This has probably been around since like Britain was an actual empire.
Yeah.
And not like a couple islands.
Yeah. There's one cool thing that I really haven't heard a lot in movies, and it's like His Majesty's, because King George is still alive.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh, this is weird. I'm so used to Her Majesty for the past 70 years.
Yeah. Yeah, when does this take place again? Like World War II?
I think it's probably World War II.
Yeah.
Would be my guess.
The Jeep kind of gives it away.
yes, you're right. And then like there was a African theater and stuff too, so I don't think they don't mention the Germans or anything. They just talk about British people.
Yeah, because we're all our own worst enemy, Nick. Come on, that's what he's trying to tell us.
Holy shit!
This man who's in the
damn. This is deeper than I thought.
Come on, man. It's man's inhumanity to man.
Man.
Also, Nick, I remember while watching this, Nick had a nice little thing that Williams does. Right anytime he goes in a room, he flips everyone's bed just to be a fucking asshole.
Yeah, it's and it's funny because there's sometimes where he has flipped their beds, gone for 5 minutes, and then comes back and just flips it after they've remade it.
Yeah.
They leave the room and he just flips them all.
There was a great moment where he does it, and Sean just stares at him and was like, really? Really?
We have to do this again?
Yeah. Like, what's the matter with you? Come on.
I'm trying to think of any other standout stuff. King going crazy was fantastic.
Yeah, I thought I assumed you want to talk about the racist stuff, like the race, not like how a movie's racist, but like the racist angle.
Yeah, like
That's also includes Harry Andrews being a fucking crazy actor.
Yeah, he really goes off in that part when Sean's damaged in their outside yelling at they're having their shouting match. King and what's McGrath. I keep thinking it's McGee. I have no idea why, but McGrath is there. All three of them are there, but King and McGrath are in the back, and King runs up. I think he gets called up, actually.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he gets called to attention. And he gets screamed at. What does he talk about? He's like, would you want the empire to fall into their hands? There's a lot of monkey comparisons too.
Yeah,
that come through.
Ape, stuff like that. Bartlett calls him he's like, yeah, I've seen your tribe and Tarzan the Ape Man. Stuff like that.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, because he's an asshole the whole thing too. I'm surprised that his whole thing pays off for him.
Because that's the whole point, I think, is the assholes will always win.
That's pretty funny. Yeah. Bartlett the whole time is fucking begging to get out of this and being
he's
rude
going to
solitary.
solitary.
That's true, yeah. So I guess it's not the best win.
Although, you know what? Honestly, I feel like solitary in prison is probably not that bad.
Yeah, that's what I like to think also, as somebody who has never forcibly been kept in a sensory deprivation tank. I've heard it's almost borderline inhumane for how long they do it in prisons. But I feel like I would rather be away from everybody.
Yeah.
As a scared little boy, I would like to hide.
Yeah.
I think I'd get beat up constantly.
Yeah.
I'm too nice for prison, man.
Yeah. Either that or they feel bad about it.
I don't think they would.
They're like, because every time you beat him, you're like, hey guys. Like the next day, covered in black eyes and a big busted lip. And you're like, hello. You guys need anything today? And you're like, oh, this fucking guy, he's too nice.
God, I hate having to beat this guy up.
Nick would make a friend very quickly in prison. I feel
would try.
who would protect him for fucking 6 months, and then that guy would get released, and then Nick would be fucking dead.
That's
Nick's prison story.
My big scary thought, I've in movies and stuff, it always crosses my mind, and I'm always like, I'm very scared that the white supremacist would be like, hello brother, and I'd be like, I don't know how to tell you guys this, but you're wrong.
Yeah.
And then they hate me, and then everybody else rejects me.
Yeah. No. Nick would last 6 months because he'd make a friend instantly who would protect him, but then that guy would get released, and Nick would be fucked and die. I'd die day one because I would instigate to die.
Yeah, you gotta ask for it. In King decides he is quitting the army and takes his uniform off and throws it on the ground.
And he starts acting like an ape.
Yep.
To be an asshole.
This is his total break point. And he goes in the CO's office and he's taken his entire uniform off and he's just in his
skivvies.
Yeah. His tidy, loosey whiteys, I guess.
Yeah.
And he has a very brief dialogue at the CO, and the CO's like, what is happening? Why
he's like,
is
I don't
he
like this
here?
hotel anymore. And the guy's like, what? He's like, not since some guy died.
Yeah.
Like, what?
He goes, somebody died? And Harris is like, yeah, you weren't here.
Stevens died. He's like, what? Why was I told? He's like, you weren't here, bro.
Yeah, he goes, you were at that burlesque show still.
Yeah.
It's a good movie.
Yeah, there's also a great bit where when they throw water on them when they're on the hill, it looks like blood.
And they have a little beach party too.
Yeah. I love that moment where Sean almost like not like just knocks a British soldier out with a fucking shovel.
Yeah. They're going to throw water on him, and he picks up the shovel, and Williams is like, throw water on him. And they're like,
This guy's got a shovel,
Yeah.
and he's looking to strike, and he has the hairiest legs I've ever seen on a human being.
And after that scene, too, I really like the way it was shot. I don't know what it is about it, but they have the staff up on the top of the hill, like pushing them down to get back in line, as they've just had their little beach party on the side of the hill.
It's a good visual metaphor for like authority,
Oppression,
and oppressive.
Get back in
like,
line.
Yeah, it's
a good movie.
It's a great movie. Yeah, I'm trying to think of like another flaw I have with that. I guess I've been desperately trying to think this whole time.
I don't have
This is like
any big
flawless almost.
Yeah. The core
Maybe the
idea
CO
and
kind of
stuff,
sucks. He's kind of almost unnecessary.
Yeah, no, I think I like that they show that what's his face isn't top dog. Like there is somebody above him.
Oh,
and like
yeah.
even the medical officer's like, bro, I don't have to listen to you. Like we are equals.
Yeah.
I am in a department and you are in a department.
Well, that's
You're
another
not
thing.
above me.
That's
The
another thing I
CO is.
like about the movie is that Harry Andrews is such a power authority over everyone that he'll the medical officer is like the same rank as him, but like he like through intimidation is like, no, I'm in charge of you, bro.
Yeah,
and that's good.
and then
good
it's
shit.
great because like Sean and everybody are like, hey, wait, is that not him? Is that Stevens?
That's Harris.
Oh, okay.
No, it's not Harris. That's
Is it
Williams.
Williams? Okay. So yeah, they all these old British white dudes. They're not that old, but all these adult male British white dudes.
Yeah.
The dude bro dudes.
But
Too.
yeah, so should we talk about the ending?
Oh, yeah. Cuz that's I was just starting to.
Yeah.
That's I was like 1 second I was going to say something, but it's the ending.
Yeah, so basically the Connery is talking to Harris, Connery, and the medical officer all decide that they're going to take down Williams.
They're going to formally report to
yeah.
the CO of what has happened.
Yeah, and so basically Connery wins, and they like, Connery, get your ass up. He's like, don't you know when you've lost? And he lays down in bed, but then King and McGrath start beating the shit out of Williams, and he's like, no, you're gonna fuck it up, you're gonna muck it up. And he's like crying, and he's just like desperate. He's like, please don't hurt him, please don't hit him. Like we've just won.
Yeah.
And then they do, and they're like, and then it cuts to black. The end.
Yep.
And you hear,
it
like,
just says the end.
And it's a bleak ending where we almost won. You have this feeling of euphoria, like the bad guys are going away. Bartlett's going to solitary. Williams and fucking Harry Andrews are gonna get fucked, but nope, assholes win because that's how it happens.
It was so good.
Yeah.
That whole last scene is really shot really well too. It's basically like two halves of the room.
Yeah.
They got the good corner and the bad corner, and they have like thoughtful exchanges both ways. Like especially when they pull out the blackmail card, he's like, "Well, actually, you said it was okay for me to go hard on them. You said they were fit for punishment."
Yeah, they tried blackmailing the MO.
Yeah, and the MO's like, "Are you trying to blackmail me right now?"
And they're like, yeah.
Yes, in less words than that, yeah. But it was great.
Yeah. All right. So should we do our?
I just pulled it up. I was like, oh, I have to get the rating stuff up. So we like to go through and do the ratings of everything. Just a couple categories. The first one is story.
Story, I'm giving that a 5, baby. 5 stars.
I think this story is well-rounded. I love that it doesn't have a happy ending.
You give me heavy A24 vibes.
Yeah, dude. I think that this came out in.
Is this written by the Safdie brothers?
Sadif. This is so good. This is like, I don't think a movie like this could come out now.
Sure, it could. Uncut Gems is kind of like this.
I could see that. It was funny when you were talking about the
The yelling, the constant yelling, the constant like
uncut
weird
jams.
uncut jams.
The
like the constant like weird close-ups and stuff. The
yeah,
uncomfortable atmosphere.
it's shot really well.
Yeah.
The you were there's some movie you were mentioning earlier about a I almost said Pawn Stars, like the show, but what are they called?
Pawnbroker?
Yeah, broker. It was a movie that the main character is a pawnbroker.
Yeah.
The first thing I thought of was Uncut Gems.
Uncut Gems.
I was like, oh.
I was Josh Safdie's muse when he made Uncut Gems.
Now they know when we recorded this.
That happened like months ago,
I know,
bro.
yeah. You're ruining the illusion that we're really far ahead. But the next category is acting.
Oh my god, this is an acting fucking symphony. This is a 5-star fucking movie. Once again, Sidney Lumet with his fucking being the actor's director really fucking shows it.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Did he talk about this movie at all in the book yet?
I haven't touched it since last time. He's mostly been talking about
Okay.
I can't remember which one it is because I haven't seen it.
The Network?
No.
Serpico?
No. Oh, Orient Express.
Okay.
He's been talking a lot about that.
Another Sean.
Because it was very expensive.
Another Sean, baby.
He's talking a lot about situations where you only have one chance to get the shot.
Yeah.
Is where I am right now.
Okay, what's next?
Cinematography.
Oh, wait, hold on. What'd you give for acting?
A 5, yeah.
Okay.
And cinematography is a 5 too. This is
gorgeous black and white. He uses the black and white to his advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike in 12 Ring Men, the black and white has a purpose at all times.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And he did even more than he did in 12 Angry Men with not having just flat shots. Like there's constant shift focusing and long takes and weird pull-ins. Like there's an early scene
with Sean.
Yeah, with Sean, and the other 4 get to leave, and Williams is like, "You keep going up the hill," and it like whip.
I don't
even would it be because it's going towards them.
It's like a dolly in.
Yeah, but it's so fast, and it like comes at an angle. It's like a dude like did a lunge towards them.
Yeah,
and it looked great.
Yeah. There's also a great scene in the movie. I forgot to mention it. I'm just looking at it right now, where they do like a little blunt rotation.
Oh, we're talking about cinematography, dude. They stole this from.
Oh my god! And then and the lighting keeps going on and out, and then you can just see like little like specks on their faces.
It's great.
It's like of like light, and it looks so fucking good. Yeah, they just start passing around like a joint or a cigarette. It's probably a cigarette, but
yeah, it's probably it's
coded as a joint.
Yeah. And it looks like what's his name? Is it Bartlett?
Bartlett, yeah, Bartlett's smuggled it in with his shoe.
Yeah, the heel of his shoe twists off, and there's what's
just like in Goldfinger.
Oh my god.
Every Sean Connery movie's the same.
They're all the same. Which one of these guys is Domino?
Harry Andrews.
The next category is score.
There isn't one.
Yeah.
Again.
Which is interesting because they're so far apart and he's stuck with, I don't need music.
There's less music in this than there was in
12
Angry Men, yeah. And I'm also thinking to Dog Day Afternoon, which I think is the next one that we're going to watch, unless you watch Serpico.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think Dog Day Afternoon has a score either.
That's crazy. And we did notice at points, though. There's a time where you're like, no music, huh?
Yeah, I was like, damn, Sidney Lumet really loves just not paying composers.
Yeah, I think it was the long shot of the hill, like when they're going up and down over and over again. And it's just kind of like, wow, it's been like 2 minutes of we can't really even hear them grunting. Art direction is next.
I'm gonna give that like a 3.5.
Yeah, I like it a lot. I like the hill itself is awesome.
Beautiful.
I think the prison's just run of the mill prison.
Yeah.
Just any kind of set they could have used.
Yeah.
The courtyard's cool, but it's a desert courtyard, so it's There's a couple rocks, the hill,
Yeah,
and then
big,
sand.
and a big Union Jack.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Just a big old flagstaff.
I think this reminds me of like other prison movies like that are better.
Yeah, it doesn't blow me away or anything.
Yeah, it's not The Great Escape or Stalag 17 or 13 or whatever the fuck it's called.
I do like that the different ranks have different hats too. So like Sean has. Yeah. I don't know if it's because I think they said he was a commando at one point.
Yeah,
which would make sense.
Also, the fact that you can see Sean's balding.
Yeah,
he ain't hiding like he does in the Bond movies.
Yeah, they didn't spray paint the top of his head.
No, every Bond movie was wearing a toupee.
Oh, really?
All of them.
Why? It's so weird.
Because he looked good in it. He didn't even know. He didn't even know it was a toupee.
Yeah. I don't like. I don't care about hair so hard. Like,
yeah, it's because you got a long flowing mane. You fucking asshole.
It's going away. Don't you worry. This won't be here forever.
Really?
Oh yeah. It's like I made a mistake on my phone. All right, there we go. It's like eventually I won't. I have a man bun that I've had for years at this point.
Yeah.
And I grow my hair out long and then I cut it. And I keep it like shoulder length at its shortest. But eventually I will have to cut my hair and not be able to sport the man bun anymore. Because I'll be old.
That'd be a sad day.
Yeah. I'm getting old, Mark. It's happening. I keep pasting the list over and over again on my phone. The next category is editing, though.
Editing, 4.
Dude, I'm like at a 3. There were a couple points where I was like, this is kind of not put together that great.
Actually, I'm going to give it a 3 because they used one shot twice.
Oh, did you recall what it was?
The CO getting out of the bed with the lady.
Yes.
They used the exact same shot twice.
That's great.
Unless, but I guess like maybe they were using it for a purpose where it's like the whole idea where this guy's literally doing the same thing every day.
Yeah,
but like he could have just done it again, him do it or just use a different take.
Yeah, because I know I caught him paying her on the second one, but I don't remember if he did in the first one.
Yeah, he did.
All right. And then last we just have standout performance if there was one. Which there was.
Harry Andrews all fucking day. But Special shout out to Connery and Roy Kinnear and the gentleman who played King.
Yeah. I think everybody did really well.
Yeah. Who do you think was the weakest link?
Stevens, probably.
I was actually going to give it to McGrath.
No, yeah, you're right. There's McGrath, I think, could have been more like angry, I guess. Because he's supposed to be the guy who's like fighting people, and I'm just kind of like, eh.
He's too much of that British whiskey guy, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
I know that people who understand what I mean know what I mean. He's got that fucking face, he's that guy. Like he's good in the movie, but like he's who you get if you can't get Robert Shaw, Grant from Russia with Love, and Quentin Jaws. You see what I mean by that?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like that's who he is to me. I think Stevens is really good. Because I think like all the stuff about him missing his wife, how uncomfortable he is at first with Harris, and how he kind of like lets his guard down, and then his death. I think he's really good.
Yeah, I believe him losing it too.
Yeah,
like at no point I'm like, okay, guy, yeah, you're going crazy. He plays it well.
Yeah. But yeah, Harry Andrews all fucking day, dude. He's the man.
Yeah, because I think Sean is expected to have the best one, so I give it to him for standout.
Yeah, Sean's expected.
I'd expect him to be good.
Well, I thought he wasn't really a great actor.
He's a good actor. I love his acting.
Yeah, but now the real question is, would this movie have been better with Pierce Brosnan?
That's great. I mean, I could see Daniel Craig doing it, but I don't know about Pierce.
Yeah. That would have been cool if it was just all Bonds in a military prison. Like McGrath is just fucking his T-Dalt.
That'd be great.
Williams is fucking Roger Moore.
It's all checking out, though. I'd court-martial Roger Moore. Absolutely. Get
All
him
right.
out of here.
Is there any final category?
No, that was it.
Really? I thought we had one about like directing, but
We probably should.
yeah,
It's kind of a major part.
it is a major part of filmmaking.
Did I put it down? No, I don't think we did it but we should. So
The directing is phenomenal. Like
Yeah.
you can tell that Sidney Lumet, like he is known as the actor's director for a reason. Every actor has like little subtleties in every movement that they make that tells you everything you need to know about the characters. Like there's like all these things that are just unannounced. Like Nick mentioned earlier, where they're kind of razzing Stevens about his wife. And the fact that he has letters, and the RSM takes it away, and while he's like talking to the other guys, while he walks by Stevens, he subtly puts it into Stevens' pocket.
yeah,
Because he's not like he's an asshole, but he's not that much of an asshole.
It's like kind of a face. He's like, I am the big tough guy. Here are your love notes, my friend.
Yes.
But stay in line.
Yeah.
And then, like, because Harris does, like, the same thing. When the CEO calls out Stevens before they have their, like, private scene, he goes, don't fucking do that. He goes, why would you confess to that? Just don't do that. As they're, like, the guard is walking a prisoner to a punishment, and the guard's, like, giving him advice to not get punished. He's like, you dummy.
Yeah. Yeah, so all in all, I'm going to give this movie 5 stars, actually.
Yeah, it's great. I'd probably give it 5 stars, too.
All right, and that's going to conclude the episode. Thank you all for watching again, and be sure to follow us here on Spotify and on YouTube. And next week, we're either going to do Serpico or Dog Day Afternoon. It depends on what kind of mood I'm in.
Yeah.
But either way, you're getting some Al Pacino, Cindy LeMay action.
If you don't mind, also, on Spotify, there's a rating system now. So right up at the top, it just says, if you want to rate this podcast. That would be super helpful for us.
Yeah, and if you're watching this on YouTube, leave a comment to let us know what you thought of The Hill. You probably didn't watch it, but go watch it and then tell us what you thought. Were we wrong in all of our opinions?
Was only Mark wrong in all of his opinions?
Yeah, like who knows? I feel like me and you had the same opinion in this episode for almost everything.
Yeah, that's
which is rare.
Yeah, because they were even. It's usually like at least small different things, but this we were pretty much on the same page for all of it.
Yeah, it's crazy how much Bond tore us apart.
Yeah, it was funny.
All right, once again, thank you guys for listening, and we'll see you next Tuesday. Have a good one.
See you there.